you know, it's controlled. You know, you would think that somebody who'd been in the limelight before they made it to the league will be one of them people to where, you know, they got to jump them hurdles of having too much dip on their chip, you know what I'm saying, once they're in the league. But nah, it's nice and control. He's a ball player.
Right.
Melo's a ball player, you know what I mean, through and through, and he young and turnt. But I feel like, you know, when you got a star like that, I mean, it's here every game, every night. I feel like you got to utilize all that because he out here, he rock with me, you know what I mean? We keep up with each other, you know what I mean? On and off the court, we tapped in with each other. But I think these are things that you got to use to, you know, to motivate your organization and your players and to make sure they're having a good time. You know what I mean? You don't want to have too much fun.
Right.
Too much fun come with trouble. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I feel like you're supposed to leverage that, man. But shout out to the Hornets altogether, this organization, you know what I mean? And the different key players for the organization, you know what I mean? I had fun. Well, I might be back next year. Who knows?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Yeah, I might be back next year.
If I say, okay, 20 players under 25, I give you Melo, Luka, Ja, Zion, Victor Wembanyama, and Chet. Who's your first pick of guys under the age of 25? Melo Ball, Luka Doncic, Ja Morant, Zion, Chet Holmgren.
Damn. That's a conflicting question, man. Okay,
we're going to take another.
That's a conflicting question. Hold on. I'm going to go with Melo. I'm rocking with the home.
You
I'm going with Melo. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, nothing wrong with that.
I'm going to go with you, Melo.
Right.
One thing about Ja Morant, too, and that's why I'm like, man, it's a conflicting question. He from the Carolinas. He from South Carolina.
Yeah.
And I know how it is, like, coming from there, especially when you come from there, and especially, like, if you hone in on his particular situation, not even from a broad spectrum, like, you know, when you come from a place like North Carolina or South Carolina, where he from, it ain't even nothing like Charlotte. You get what I'm saying? I think where's y'all from? Sumter, South Carolina?
Sumter, Spartanburg,
where he from is South Carolina. So I know, you know, what time it is when you able to make it to just like y'all, he made it, you know, to the damn near the top of where you can make it at, you know what I'm saying, in his realm, in his profession. I did the same thing, you know what I mean, music-wise. And I know what come with it in terms of, you know, having to go back in time and figure that out. He way younger than me, you know what I'm saying, that I am, you know, by the time I made it to where I made it to professionally, he's way younger, damn near 6-7 years younger than I was when I, you know what I mean, first touched the bag and got all this attention and you know, love coming my way or whatever, you know what I mean, getting recognized for the hard work I done put in, man. But one thing about it, you know, people around you or the people that you love, or, you know, if the people who you didn't grown to become loyal to, all that, it takes time for them to adapt to what you got going on. Just like it take time, because y'all adapting to it at the same time, but they're gonna adapt at a slower rate because they ain't the ones out here really putting this work in and really whatever, man. So, you know, whatever you sway by, I understand everybody gonna have to fuck up somewhere along the line. You get what I'm saying? So to go through those fuck ups, jump them hurdles ahead of time before we get that microscope on us, and you know what I'm saying? And you know, others, we got to figure it out in real time, man. And just, you know, it takes experience to teach us them lessons. So it was all so brief. It's like, I'm ready to see you shake it off and get back to it. It's as simple as that, man. You know, I ain't got no lecture for you. You know what I mean? I'm flawed my damn self. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't got no lecture for him at all. It's just ready to see you shake it off. Ain't ready to see it be the end of you. That's the difference between me and, you know what I mean? You know, the perspective that a lot of other people have, that'll be the difference. I'm really, really ready to see you shake it off and win, because that's going to be even more of an accomplishment than getting there in the first place was. You know what I'm saying?
So you have players, you say, you know, Tatum dap you up and KD and Kyrie.
Everybody, they giving me the jersey. I'm talking about put 50 on us. I'm trying to leave. I'm trying to sneak out. They talking to the interviewer. Jerry, I'm like, bro, they see me, bro. I live here. Like, I gotta live here, bro. I gotta ride around. I gotta be my kids. I got to be safe, bro. I can't be. Y'all just put 50 on us, bro, with the straight face. How you gonna give me the jersey? I'm supposed to walk out with the jersey on, but that should have went to show. You know what I mean? The Hornets, like, what's going on? Like, I'm motivating the away team. They come see me and it's over. They like, show you how I get down. Everybody from Bron to everybody, when they come in there and they see me, you know what I mean? And they show me, look, let me show you what I do it's no different than how I would rock if they come in to see me perform on the stage.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna do my thing and I'm gonna look distracted. Man, that shit ain't nothing. I'm gonna look off to you, wink my eye at you middle of the performance, winking my eye and everything. That's what they stuff they train and do every day, winking their eye at me, backpedaling with the straight faces. When I'm like this, and I gotta hide it because they looking at me, they pointing. I'm trying to make sure the cameras ain't on me, man. So, you know, I didn't see the best of the best come be the best of the best. They show me. When they see me, they make sure they demonstrate. every time. You know what I mean?
And you know, plus, you know, Mike be sitting up there too.
Yeah.
So you know they got
let them know what time it is too.
Yeah,
you know
they got to give him some of that.
But I think Mike done gave that up, man. Mike tired of it too. Mike don't want his flow seats no more either. The Panthers, I got a suite there too.
Right.
But the Hornets, man, and their organization as a whole, don't ban me from the Spectrum Center, man. I ain't, I just feel like we need to come together. It took, OG Shay platform for me, the athletics, and it's gonna take us places.
Right.
You feel me?
Give me your top 5 NBA players right now.
Top 5 NBA players. Oh man. Top 5 for me. In no order, I'm a Bron fan. First of all, Bron. Me and you one of the same. I ain't playing about Bron.
There we go.
I'm going where he
wherever he go.
If he go to
he go overseas, I'm going to.
There you go. You get what I'm saying? He go play for if he go play for Russia, goddamn, I'm trying to learn the language. You get what I'm saying? So Bron, of course, Bron, man. I always took a liking to Dame.
Okay.
I always took, you know what I'm saying? I love a lot of things about Draymond on and off the court. You know what I'm saying? I performed at Draymond wedding.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that was something, near and dear to me. You get what I'm saying? Already being a fan. So, I got different, and as far as like, if I'm talking like on like a skill, from like a skill set perspective, it's a lot of names that I would have, 5 ain't enough, bro. You know what I mean? Somebody gonna be offended. Let me go with what I did. Draymond stuff. I only got one more.
Dang. You got one more.
Damn, some niggas finna be mad at me, boy. I got real relationship with these people.
I know you do.
You know what I'm saying? Let me think about one that I don't want to mess up. Hold on. Let me think about a relationship I don't want to.
KD, Jason Tatum. I don't know if you know Giannis like that.
Giannis a dog, man. Giannis a different type of dog. I go with Giannis. And I don't got a personal relationship with Giannis. He's straightforward.
Right.
He's just trying to play ball. But
right.
I'm gonna go with Giannis and just leave it at that. I ain't even gonna stress myself out. Kyrie too. I love Kyrie, you know what I mean? And just what he represents, you know what I'm saying? Like as a person, like I love Kyrie, man.
Since we're dealing with ball, so where we at? We at Jordan, we team Jordan, we team Bron.
Damn. I'm Team Bron. I don't even really got to think twice about that. I'm Team Bron. And Bron from Ohio. I was originally born in Ohio.
Right.
You know what I mean? But Bron, he always showed me love. Always. I DM Bron while we sitting here right now. Like, what's up? What's up, champ? Just checking on you. He gonna DM back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right now. So, I rock with Bron. I always have from the beginning.
You see J. Cole as Jordan sold part of the last ownership share that he had in the team. Yep. J. Cole was one of the people that invested money and purchased it. How excited were you? Somebody from your genre, from your side, from your walk, looked like you, that was able to buy a minority share into a professional team.
That was dope, man. Beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying?
That's something you'd be interested in?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Had the opportunity to pay you.
What do you, Cole, I think Cole is from Carolina too.
Yeah, he from Fayetteville. It's like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I know.
Like 2.5 hours.
We used to play Fayetteville State. I went to an HBCU. So what does it mean? I mean, think about it. Carolina only so big. Right. You got you, Cole.
Right. That's about it. You got Anthony Hamilton, Petey Pablo from the rap side. Yeah. Cole, Petey Pablo. You know what I'm saying? That's all I was hearing coming up. And a lot of people, they ain't really know. If you a Cole fan, though, he from Fayetteville. You get what I'm saying? But a lot of people, like I remember, like as I radio, all that, they only meant this Petey Pablo. That's all they had to mention. They think North Carolina, Petey Pablo. So I always took pride in, bringing a different side of Carolina, you know what I'm saying, to the forefront in terms of, you know what I mean, who I am and what I represent with my music, you know what I mean? Like it was, I know for a fact Carolina appreciated that too, because it's a whole different, and from this era, force to be reckoned with in the Carolinas. The Carolinas is a major staple. Everybody know about the Carolinas, you get what I'm saying? So to not have several artists, you know what I mean, come from up out of here. But, I've been blessed enough to get the way I've been able to get to and get behind me and leave that avenue wide open like Tusi. He from North Carolina as well, you know what I'm saying? So just to be a part of that, man, representing, you know what I mean, where we from and really hanging in there after I take pride in.
Because normally when you think of Carolina, Duke, North Carolina.
Colleges.
You think Tobacco Road, tobacco.
Yeah, exactly.
And Carolina barbecue. I mean, y'all got some good barbecue,
but
barbecue. Not a rap. You, Cole, you remember too, Petey Pablo.
Yeah, no display, no real deal, authentic display is like when you think, when in terms of, okay, coming to Charlotte, okay, what type of tolerance for this, what's their tolerance for that? You probably need to look at Baby. You know what I'm saying? You probably need to be looking dead at me and then, that'll get you through there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because if I can navigate and, you know, come to being the top streaming artist, the top streaming rap artist in the world from Charlotte, North Carolina, you know, that's like putting your hands on a mountain and moving it. You know what I mean? It took the faith of a mustard seed and I got it. I was able to get it done. You know what I mean?
I read where you played rugby.
Yeah, I did.
I never knew they had rugby teams in the South.
They don't. My school, it wasn't even an official team. It was like a club team, so to speak. So we wasn't even named after our school, my team. It wasn't the same colors or whatever, but I definitely played rugby, though. That's a fun fact.
How did, not basketball, not football, rugby?
Basketball, our basketball coach used to make you, he made all the players, shout out to Coach Rob, man. Look, if he see this, because I'm sure he's a fan of you. But he used to make, I don't know why you used to do that, Coach Rob. He made kids cut their head like they're in the military.
What?
And I had braids at the time. I'm like, nah, which my mom ended up making me cut anyway. I got a little slick at the mouth one day. She say, as soon as you get home from school, you cutting that off. So, you know, I ended up cutting them anyway, but that's why I didn't move forward with that. I would go to tryouts every year and they're showing up. That's when you got to have that.
Why you keep going out? When you know that man.
I still like to play the game. And then football, I ain't even football. You know what and it's a damn shame. Aside from the summers, right? Football, you know, you got to do. They start practicing in the summer. That was a problem for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, all right, cool. And but then they also used to have to, and this is crazy because I love to wear dress clothes now. When they used to have to dress up, okay, I didn't like that. Like, I ain't wearing no suit and no tie. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't get comfortable with that side of my swag until I was a grown ass man. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you played. You went out for the football team. You didn't like to dress it up. What position did you play?
When I played, when I played for the football team, right? And this is my life. This really was the turning point over it. Really with me, and on hindsight, this right now, sitting here thinking about this when I come to this realization. It's more about just, you know, I don't know if I did good with discipline early on. I feel like discipline is when I feel like ego is being incorporated into discipline, you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't compatible with that. You know what I'm saying? So if it's, because I remember I was on the team, it was 8th grade. It was 7th grade because it was only 2 7th graders that made the team. James Martin Middle School, our team was the truth, too, undefeated, right? James Martin, 2 7th graders made the team. It was me and one other kid that made the team. Name was Dorian. The details in this to let you know it's 1,000% facts. His name was Dorian. I ain't seen this in 20 years, 30 years. You know what I'm saying? It was me and Dorian. We made the team, 2 7th graders. And I had a math teacher. She was bad, too. She was fine. Named Miss Davis. She gonna see this.
Man, you looking at the math teacher in the 7th grade?
Bad. She was bad. Talk like Rihanna. She was from the islands and stuff. I remember like it was yesterday. A lot of people gonna see this. They gonna bounce like she was. Miss Davis was bad. But Miss Davis, I don't know why you did this. See, I could have been a professional. And you know the bell, I don't know how it was, you know what I mean? I'm sure you know what I mean, you excelled, you know what I mean, in sports your whole life. The bell will ring sooner for football players so they can break off before the school break out at the end of the day and get to practice. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The bell run, they made the bell run for football players. They made it announced football. I get up, I'm in her class for the last period. I get up and start, I do it. I'm supposed to pack up, go to football. And she, why you packing up? I ain't tell you could pack up. I'm like, this was supposed to go on, you know, man. So, you know, and let me not make this a thing, but I know, you know, certain teachers, when people having a bad day, somebody can be having, it's sort of like that thing, when the person in authority having a bad day, you know, and then they take it out and sort their power. Exactly, it's that type. But I'm that type. I was that type of kid. Like, I'm gonna ask you, like, why, like, what's wrong? Like, what's going on today? Like, you having a bad day? Like, why you feel me? Like, this is what I do every day. This is what I'm supposed to do. You get what I'm saying? So what's different today? What's different today is how you feel. Let's say I'm making an example out of my ass. Walked her fine ass to the coach, to the out there with a foot, and then she bad. I told you this now, right? So the coach, he's sweet on her, of course. Like everybody, this nigga tell me we had this hill. We had this infamous hill at our school, you know what I mean, in the back by the football field. Yeah, you got to run 30 hills. What? You get? I say who? They ain't never see me again. Ain't never see me again. It was my exact words. Who? Never see me again. I'm cool on that. This is what you got to do with the play for the football. Deal with people attitudes that ain't got nothing. Oh no, I'm straight. I say I'm cool. You know what I mean?
That was it. That was your end of your football career.
I was already selling my little candy. I done been, you know, I got 2 cell phones, first of all.
Right.
Miss Davis, I got 2 cell phones, 8th
Right.
grade or not. I still ain't got nothing, right? But I got something figured out to have 2 cell phones I pay for in 8th grade. But, you know, if I got to do that in order to, you know what I'm saying, to do this, then it ain't the same thing to me no more. So, yeah, that was the end of it. Long story short.
I saw you, Coach Prime out in Colorado doing some great things.
Man,
a little hard times right now.
Coach Prime.
But I saw you out there, and you've been recruiting him. Said, like, once you win a championship at Colorado, come on down here and coach the Panthers.
Man, I swear. I love to see it. I love to see it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They seem to understand, you know. I mean, that's a prime example of, like, going back to what I say, you know, like how I feel like people should leverage, you know what I'm saying? Like, incorporating culture into, you know, and seeing how it correlates with the direct success or just the overall energy or vibe brought to an organization, man. Like, Prime is somebody who gets that, you know what I mean? He gets that. It's a certain formula to it. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you was to go back and you know, begin to coach your organization or whatever, like, people, they're gonna want to come play for you.
Right.
Not only because, okay, boom, you've made it to the top of where you can make it in this sport. You get what I'm saying? And you got the Super Bowl, you got you're a Hall of Famer, all this. Not only because of that, but you know, what you represent as a man, as a person. You get what I'm saying? All these things. See, that's somebody who I want. If Coach Prime would, if you say, boom, this is right, yeah, you need to run the hill 30 times, I'm a, well, somebody made you do that before. You know what I'm saying? That's what turned you to the champion. You were, all right, bet, I'm going to do it.
Right.
But not just because you sweet on Miss Davis, bro. I'm sweet on her too. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? So, you know, just to directly related to my personal experiences, man, you know, I definitely feel like that's super effective. I love to see him anywhere. I love to see him involved with an NFL organization, period, bro. I think that'll be a beautiful thing. For sure.
Do you think a lot of that has to do with his ability to relate to the kids? Because I think a lot of times the coaches in today's society, because we got social media, and you have to be able to get through to the kids and talk to them on their level.
Yes,
that old yelling and screaming and cursing in God's face, that ain't kicking like that.
It worked for some. It worked for the ones that come from that. That come from that old school tough love, you know what I'm saying, environment. But for some, you know, it make them shut down. So I think definitely his ability to be able to relate with the kids, bro, got a lot to do with, you know, why people just you know, learn from a person like that. You know, if they tell you, look, this is a mistake, you're gonna trust that, you know what I'm saying, and see it through on the other end. And for the majority of those who have trusted that and saw it through, I'm pretty sure they learned on the back end of that was probably the right move to make. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's willing to teach what's been taught, man. And you can't, you know, I got the ultimate respect for that in any category, any business, any lane. You know what I mean?
Being from Charlotte, being from Carolina your whole life, you know all the Panthers, all the great Panthers. Give me your top 3 Panthers players.
Steve Smith, Cam Newton, one more. I'm gonna go with my boy Jonathan Stewart. I'm gonna give it to him because that's my boy. He tapped in with me.
Hey, you left Pep off?
Oh, damn, no. Oh, okay. Stewart. I know Lou. That's all I used to hear my mama say. That's all you gonna hear my mama say. Lou. I go Steve Smith, Cam Newton, and Julius Peppers.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Cam was in Carolina for a minute, and Cam, you know, that lineage of black quarterbacks, the Michael Vicks, Lamar Jackson, Donovan, Pat Mahomes, Warren Moon, Cunningham, Doug Williams. You got a top 3?
You got to, in terms of like what, black quarterbacks and their impact on the game, definitely Cam got to be in that mix. You got to go Mike Vick, Cam, and now Lamar. You know, Donovan, like one of the most, you know, I'm one of the most turned local artists too. I remember making a song called, like, he incorporated the dance that everybody was doing. That worked wonders for me. Me being, you know, something to call theirs and something to turn them up because we just had the vibe going. We was undefeated, everything. Right. So yeah, I'm forever grateful of what they was able to do that season. Yeah, and the energy and the vibe they brought to the city, it turned me up. You know what I mean?
November is here, and we're in the heart of football season. Basketball and hockey are just getting started. So many games to watch on any given day. But wouldn't it be better if they were live? The best way to get tickets to any of these games this month is on Game Time, the fastest on tickets. You can find exclusive deals and sponsored deals on games and concerts daily. With zone deals, you pick the section and Game Time picks the seats. For big time savings and with Game Time guarantee, you will always get the best price. If you find a ticket in the same section and row for less, Game Time will credit you 110% work out of it. Buying tickets at Game Time. Create an account, redeem code SHAY for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, download the Game Time app and enter the code SHAY, S-H-A-Y, S-H-A-Y for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. And reading up on you, you're big into fitness. What's your training regimen like?
I try to be, man. I'm trying to get like you. That's what it's like. One thing with me, man, and you know, and I'm sure it's like this with a lot of people, is you probably got this good problem too. It's more genetics than it is anything. Like I can take, you know, I cannot work out for a month, get in there for a week straight, and people gonna be asking me, boy, what's up? Who you train or who you train with?
Right.
What you do? You know, is more so just these good genes. This last name that I stand on, Kirk, is that, you know, it's what I get from my pops, and you know, just my muscle memory and how it's able to just, you know, stick to me when I get to it. But I done been way more consistent lately and hanging in there. Right. It felt like I done pulled something right there. I probably need to holler at you about it. Give me some pointers or something. I told you I'm trying to get like you, so we'll talk about that.
So what is your training regimen consist of? Are you cross training?
No. I don't do no running.
You don't do no running?
I don't do no running.
So you ain't got no cardio?
On that stage when I'm up there shaking my ass for 60 minutes at a time. That's how I like to call it.
That's your cardio.
Get up there and shake your ass for 60 minutes.
That's your cardio.
That's play. It take cardio to do it. It ain't easy. Rapping words while they doing it, and you know, and still grooving to the beat, and you know what I mean, transitioning in between this and that, and looking fans in the eyes and engaging with them. You know what I mean, on and off, and periodically throughout, all simultaneously. Right. They ain't doing that. That takes some cardio. Right. But you know, I've been blessed enough to be able to hang in there. One would think I do cardio when they see me, you know, my ability to, you know, control my wind and everything, you know what I mean, when I'm either rapping or performing live. But I don't do no cardio, you know what I'm saying? No cardio. Everything but cardio.
So you bench, what's the most you ever bench?
The most I've ever benched is probably 230, but this is so long ago. Benching ain't something it's probably 235, but this is when I'm not even, this was like 2000, this probably like 2017. Like 235, that's the most I'd put on there and even try. Probably 250, I didn't even put on. And at the time, take this into account, at the time, I was probably like 140.
What?
Swear to God, 140. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So that's, you know, that's great.
That's very good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
you know
100 plus pounds.
Now I can probably get in there and get more up off of me. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't bench it. That ain't even something that's the one thing I don't got in my personal gym at the crib is a bench. One thing I don't got.
So were you always in the weights? Were you always like worried about aesthetics? Like, man, you know, you do a little bit, you get the muscle show a little bit. You're like, okay.
Nah, I wouldn't. You know, you'll look at a picture of me like maybe 7 years ago and be like, well, you skinny as hell. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know, we from the South. People call you Po. Boy, you Po.
Yeah.
Boy, you Po. You know what I'm saying? I was just joking with somebody about that the other day. Like, if people ever said that, like Po, like, yeah, you Po, you need to eat something. You know what I'm saying? So that wasn't something I was always into. Now my big brother, my oldest brother, like, yeah, that's definitely something he was into. Like, he was working out, like he was getting ready to go to prison. He was 14. You know what I'm saying? He was 14 years old, working out like he was getting ready to go to prison.
Right.
My mama kept a that's one thing she made sure her boys had. My mama boy mom, 3 sons, you know what I'm saying? I'm the youngest, 3 siblings. And she kept us a weight bench. She kept us a weight bench and kept us a punching bag. And it, you know, it lasts forever. You know, something that made you smile, something that made you feel good, something that made you laugh. You ain't gonna never forget that. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Do you want to move behind the camera?
Yeah, absolutely. I already am. You know what I mean? Like, I'm
Okay.
already in the directing. I've been building a production company the entire time. Even when I see, you know, the way you diversify your portfolio and you got your media company going and set up, I'm a fan of that. I admire that to the fullest. That's something I'm still figuring out how I want to go about doing it in my own way. You get what I'm saying? So it's dope to see, man. And not only that, you know, you can continue to shine light on who you is as a person and get these thoughts that we got up here, make them tangible, get them out in front of us, man, and you know, and inspire others.
I see where in some of you're ripping off your shirt. You're the Incredible Hulk.
Air show. I like to do that, man. You know what I mean?
Let them know.
Yeah, let them know. Let
them know. Small, but hey,
exactly.
The package here.
That nigga strong. You know what I'm saying? Strong, boy. Yeah, for sure.
The way you shoot it, that's a very expensive process.
Absolutely. It gets there. You know what I mean? It gets there. And just like everything else, man, you know, that's the game is to be sold, not told. I mean, so that's knowledge I done had to pay for. I done paid the game. And now you know, I didn't been blessed enough to have enough experience to where I know how to navigate through a lot of the holes that'll send you to the bank to go get some money out to get this idea done. Now I know, you know, from the very beginning, you know, how to set these things up and how to produce these projects in ways to where it's most cost efficient. You know what I'm saying? And I'm able to keep doing more.